All right.
So yeah,
Let
I
me let me
think.
c- let me come to Ennis, Nesta on this one. So when we talk of the transfer market, right? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we are looking at this transfer market right now and looking at the prices that are being like laid out there, like the way teams, the price tags. Now, in the past, people have complained that Man United were wasteful. Let me put it that way. Like we destroyed the market, which I
Mm-hmm.
don't agree. By the way, I don't agree to that because I think Chelsea came with Abramovich and started buying all these players, and we had to catch up. Now, I believe when we bought Pogba, that's where everything went kaboom. Like everybody's like, whoa, out of nowhere. Why is a team
Right.
buying a player like this? Because even when Chelsea was spending, they didn't spend that amount. But right now, if we look at, if not Europe, let's look at the Premiership. The teams with the highest, like the higher paid players in every position, it's not Manchester United. So, what do you think of these price tag, especially Liverpool spending almost 300 million? And I get it, Liverpool haven't spent that much in a while, but they are still spending. The price tag for Wes and Ekitike, man, what's your take?
So the transfer market got destroyed by PSG when they signed Neymar, when they paid Neymar's 200 million um, euro buyout clause. That's when the transfer market got destroyed, and then Barca
Mm,
overspent on Coutinho, and then they overspent on Dembele, and from there the market never came down. Now this year, well, in the years in between, when Neymar went to
mm,
PSG and now, yeah, the spending has gone up. Teams are still like selling players for higher amounts, but this summer transfer is different, and it's different because next year is a World Cup year. Preferably, teams like to keep their stars and sell them after the World Cup because they would have gone to the World Cup and made a name for themselves. They can get more money out of them. Think 2014, Liverpool sold Suarez to Barca for 85 million euros because he went to the World Cup. He did great, even though he beat Chiellini and he was in their bad books. But he did great. He did great in 2014. So
yeah.
Barca got their checkbook out and then they bought him, right. So now the Bayer Leverkusens, the Brentfords, the all these other small teams, they're like, okay, you want our player? We prefer to sell him next summer of 2026, but you want to buy him now? You have to spend more to get him because we prefer to hold on to him, have him go to the World Cup. In the case of Mbuemo, he has the AFCON, he has the World. Well, I don't know if Cameroon is going to go to the World Cup. It's too early to know, but
Yeah.
if they do go to the World Cup, then he goes and play well. Then Brentford is going to probably ask for more money, right? So they're asking for the more money now.
Hmm.
Same thing with Bayer Leverkusen. Wirtz is the star of the German national team right now. I mean,
He is.
It was him and Musiala.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Musiala has that the broken leg, so
Correct.
I don't now we don't even know if he's going to go to the World Cup. Honestly, I think that injury was very horrific, so we don't even know if he's going to recover in time for the World Cup. So it's all on Verts right now. So Leverkusen is sitting there looking like, okay, pay us more money. Um, Personally, I don't think he's worth 125 million pounds that Liverpool paid
I
for.
don't either.
He's not, but this is the situation we are in right now. Leverkusen was not going to um anything sell for anything less. Already he decided he wasn't going to go to Bayern because of some political stuff that went on in Germany because
Yeah.
Bayern were trying to use the media against him,
Yeah.
and no team was in competition for him. Manchester City pulled out, so it was just Liverpool. So Bayern Leverkusen is like, well, you've got no competition. It's either you pay or he stays. So Liverpool was forced to pay, right? So I think it's the World Cup that is coming up that is driving up the prices.
Mm.
Um, and right now the stakes are high. Like Champions League, there's more money in Champions League. Um, everything has become statistics, right? Like the teams, everybody want to win a trophy. Like United, for example, United was 15th in the EPL, but if they had won that UEFA Europa
Europa
League,
League.
then everything would have been different. Everybody will be like, "Oh, but we still want a trophy." So everything has become so. It's not results based anymore. It's about the end goal. It's about, okay, we have something to show for it. We like it's about the statistics. Okay, this person, oh, they scored 15 goals a season. They had like 13 assists. But back then when we had the Iniestas and the Fabregases and those players, like Fabregas would send a long ball and then it will result in a goal. Maybe he would do that maybe 5 times in a season. But those long balls probably won Chelsea maybe 15 points that helped them win the league title. So maybe at the end of the season, Fabregas probably has like eight league assists. But right
So
now, if uh
yeah, yeah. Just to add your points there about the stats, right? Um, I'm Liverpool heavy, so my opinions might be a little bit skewed, but also I like to know that the the Liverpool board, they bind these plays based on a lot of stats. Okay,
statistics,
they
yes,
do
yes,
a lot of numbers.
yes,
So like this Vert guy, he's the biggest talent coming out of Germany.
Germany,
Okay,
yeah,
and
yeah,
if you know German football, it's like every generation they have that one star. They have
hmm,
that one person, either being a goalie. I mean, we've had Oliver Kahn that can just command the whole team from the back.
right, hmm,
And I'm telling you, team with Mueller, team with like we talk big stars. We've had
right,
Schweinsteiger, we have closer. We've but this by specific, yes, you can look at the valuation and be like, he's not worth it. But he doesn't just assist or just scores goals. His present stats, his
yes,
his
that's true.
his complete game involvement. It's not just, oh, he's gonna be that creative. He also
Hmm,
gets into it. Like
right,
he
right.
he likes that
I've seen
physical
him.
part of that too.
Right. I've seen him play for Bayer Leverkusen and in Germany
Mhm.
during the like Euros last year.
Correct.
You were right. His in-game contribution is amazing. He brings other players like into the game, which is great. I just don't think he's worth more than 100 million pounds. Like
Okay,
unfortunately.
let me
Yeah.
ask this.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask this. Dan, you can take it first.
Okay.
For a player that even Man City, the oil club, felt the price was too much and pulled out,
Hmm.
why do you back it that he's worth it, Dan?
Oh, to me, he's worth it because we actually have a need for him. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I cannot necessarily say Man City has a need for him. They would like him, or even Bayern would like him. Bayern might have had a need, but they weren't ready to go into the numbers like that.
But I think City, if had they gotten
Hmm.
him, they wouldn't have gone for the Leon guy. What's his name?
The Shirky
Yeah,
guy.
Sherky.
S- Correct.
Thank you.
So the numbers was a big part. But look at this. Um, City has Foden that can do that. Okay, they have that creative um attacking players in there already. Even if it's not in the central spaces, Jack Grealish is out now, due to form and other things.
Drinking.
But even from that wings and that wide spaces, he's very creative.
Yeah.
He's very good on the ball, right? And the guy replacing him now,
Doku.
Doku, he's also just as creative, very nimble with the ball, very very forward
So
thinking.
so
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 there's
Dan, I
mm-hmm,
have a question for you, right?
uh-huh,
So Verts, I watched him a lot for I watched him a lot for Bayer Leverkusen.
mm-hmm,
I have a personal interest in Bayer Leverkusen, by the way. I used to watch them a lot back in the 2000s when I was in Ghana.
okay,
So I kind of have a small affinity for them. So when they
mm-hmm,
started doing well, I started following them again. When you watch Verts, he operates in the small spaces, right? Kind of like your Iniesta hybrid type of player. So in like on the left side, but in the small
mm-hmm,
pockets, he likes to drift inside, kind
Mm-hmm.
of play as a striker, gets into the box and score goals. My question is, and in Germany, he starts off as a left winger, but then he drifts in. He kind of comes inside as as almost like a number 10. My
Mm-hmm.
question is, in Liverpool, right? Is the coach going to sacrifice one of your left wingers for him because you have Gravenberch as your holding midfielder, and then you have
Oh,
like
this
McAllister, and then you have Dominic
was
Sobosalai,
like
right?
Uh-huh.
So that's your like your triangle in the middle, and then
Correct.
you have Gakpo or whoever starts
Mm-hmm.
as a left winger. You
Mm-hmm.
have Hugo, and then of course Salah is going
Right.
to start.
And
So
and we
do you,
have Isaac coming.
well,
he's
he's
not
not there
here.
yet. So
He's
for
not
the
That's why I
sake of
here.
said
this argument,
coming.
for the
Coming.
sake of this conversation, so do
Uh
you drop
Newcastle is not selling.
Bosolai, who covers Salah all the time, or do you drop the hardworking McAllister, who kind of covers Gravenberch because Gravenberch is not a DM. He got
mm-hmm.
converted to plus a DM, and you guys got found out against PSG. Against PSG, and I think, and this is the other part that I don't see why Liverpool hasn't addressed this issue. Is
Mm-hmm.
against PSG, you guys got found out. Gravenberch was nowhere to be found. Like Dembele and those guys were running circles around him because as good as Gravenberch is, he's not your DM. He's not Casemiro. He's not Busquets. So who do you drop? Do you drop your left winger? Do you drop Gakpo and start
Yeah,
Vert so that he can drift
it's
in,
an interesting
Okay.
or do
question.
you drop Sobosolai and then start Vert, or do you
You
go
know,
Okay.
I'm
to
We,
laughing
or do
because
you,
I asked Dan this question last week, so I
we
want to
did.
hear his take on it.
We had this conversation. And like I was telling Sam,
Hmm.
it's this is even before I get to the what I think this is every coach's dream to have this problem.
absolutely
Oh,
yes,
sure.
yes, yes.
Okay, to have
Totally
this
agree.
problem.
That's a good
And
headache.
correct, this is what I would want. I would want to be like, listen, whoever I drop out of this team is a big player. I'm not dropping you just because you didn't perform. No, I'm dropping you because we have systems that we're gonna play in, and for this opposition, we're gonna use this system. Obviously, Verts is not coming in to come, sub in and out. He's definitely gonna be your starter, right? Um, but even before he came in, Gapco, Jota, Nunes. Salah is an anomaly. He stays even if his one leg is chopped off. He still
Right.
plays, right?
Mm.
But these guys rotate
Excuse me.
so much so that um, regardless of what's going on, we can get them game time. Soboslai, right?
Absolutely. I
Um, Curtis. The to respond to that, one, I'm not paid enough to come up with formations to do that, right? That that is for the coach. But from where I sit, all I can say is the coach. I told Sam this: the coach plays multiple systems. I was telling Sam there's a game that he's played. He's deployed three different formations
Yeah.
within the game to adapt to the situations that is going on.
Hmm.
So it could be Iketike out wide, and
Hmm.
then guess what? Just having focus, stay central, stay in the box. We're gonna push Gapco out wide. So it's gonna be very fluid, right? And I think that's what the coach is going for. He's going for players that can play multiple or wear multiple hats in the team. Like,
absolutely.
right? Iketike can drift out wide almost as a left. He's almost
Left
gonna
winger,
be
yeah.
he's gonna
Hmm.
be within arm's reach of Gapco or even Sabosai playing on the left wing, right? Vert is gonna be almost doing the same, kind of touching McAllister, and so they're
Hmm.
gonna float, right? The coach can come in with a 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-2, 4-2-2-2, however he wants to do it. Mind you, we have wingers that is um Frimpong and Kirkes that are just going to be flying all the way down,
Right,
right?
right.
So all of these, I cannot necessarily tell you, hey, he's gonna deploy a club system of 4-3-3 where we know, um, your defense is set, the midfield is set with Gini Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho just sitting doing all the donkey work, and
Hmm.
then guess
Hmm.
what? You have Salah and Mane just running the wings, and then Firmino just bringing everybody. It's not gonna be that set,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be this game. Verts. Iketike almost like playing two false nines, false tens, whatever, and having Gravenberch, McAllister just sitting, and whoever is on the wing, either Gapco, even Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones could be deployed right back and have Frimpong pushing up. So it's during this preseason game, he had Bradley and Frimpong playing in the same game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you cannot necessarily predict. And it could be, hey, with Frimpong can be overlapping Salah, whatever. It could be, hey, drop back, Salah hold. It's just going to be so fluid. And that is what's making it so exciting. Guess what? It keeps everyone on their toes.
On their toes,
Okay. So
And
absolutely.
one thing
Yes.
you also have to know is that these clubs are building squads to perform in both the Champions League and the
Mhm.
Premier League.
with the
They're not
exception of
Right.
just
Chelsea.
they're not just trying to do, oh, we correct. They're building super teams. This Super League that didn't happen. It's happened. It's happening. Just not.
It is happening. I mean, the new Champions League format, the new
It
Champions
does
League
that,
format
Yeah.
is straight out of
It's
the Super
straight out
League
of
book.
Super League.
and it's so
Okay.
lucrative. You just need to look at PSG. PSG is this year was different, right? This year was something that came out of, but they did good. The systems worked for them. They had players that were just on the cups of being superstars. I mean, we have Dembele coming out of the Spanish league. We have Vitinho. You have Kvaratskhelia, whatever his name, Duhey. You have
That's a player I
men,
really wanted at Man United.
you
Kvaratskhelia.
you have all of these
Such a
guys
dog, man.
that were kind of like you almost looked away a little bit. "Oh, okay, they're okay, they're good, they're going to the French league, it's okay." But the system worked for them,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Right.
Even Dembele was just floating from left to right to center. It's just going to be that fluid, and I'm hoping Slot is able to do something like that. Right? He looks like he could be very pragmatic, but also he likes options. He likes to even he came in picking clubs teams. He rotated the guys. We have Soboslai, maybe Gravenberch, kind of stayed in a little bit because we didn't have a holding defensive kind of.
Right.
So once he got going, he just kept him. You could see in games his legs were gone, like they were looking like me, but he still kept him in, right? He still kept him in. But
Let
guess what?
me
Yep. So.
let me quickly ask
Mhm,
this on transfers, and then we can switch gears. Uh,
mhm.
so since Dan was talking now, Nesta, let me come to you. Looking at Barca and Madrid, how they fared last season, and, and how they have done in the so little they've done in the transfer window. What is what do you think? Who has improved, or between Barca and Madrid, who has stayed the same or even gotten worse?
So it's hard to tell either criteria. And I say that because we saw Madrid in the Club World Cup, right? I
Hmm.
feel like you cannot really judge that Madrid team because it was postseason and it was Xabi Alonso's basically his first competition. Probably didn't have a lot of time to assert his tactical um you know like experience on the team. But Madrid has signed. They've signed Carreras. They've signed a few players that
Yeah, they have
for some
this
reason are
youngster. Yeah, this youngster on the wings, I believe, that's coming to the
right.
team.
And then
Even the defender, Hoyson, I think
right.
From
he's
Bournemouth.
They've signed
he's gonna be
exactly.
incredible for them. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like they've signed Poison, they've signed Carreras from Benfica. They've signed a couple of other players as well. So in that aspect, I think the one critical position that Madrid has still not addressed
Mm.
is the Tony Cruz position, right? The
Mm.
Tony Cruz position, they still
Yeah,
haven't addressed it.
yeah.
I don't know if they're relying on Tramini and Camavinga. I don't know what's going on there, or they're going to place their trust in Dani Ceballos. That's
Mm.
Madrid. In terms of Barca, between their financial situation and the guys from La
And
Masia,
you just lost Inigo Martinez this evening.
Yeah, I saw that news.
Hey, but they have
I
Rashford
was
now,
pretty
so
I
Oh, come
was
on.
pretty sad about it. Inigo was our best defender. I remember last season
Towards the end of
against,
the season, he saved you
yeah,
guys.
there was this one game, I forgot which team. I think it was either Leganes, and Barca was leading 1-0, and they had a counter, and I thought the ball was in, and Inigo from nowhere made that sliding
Yeah,
tackle,
I
and I
remember.
was
I
like,
remember
this
that.
game, this tackle has just won us the
That's
league
what
title. And
got you guys the league.
yep, and people were like, no, we still have a few games to go. I'm like, no, this tackle just won us the league title. I think we were only 3 points ahead of Madrid at the time,
Yeah.
and I told everybody around me, this tackle won us the title. And we went on to win the title. But he's 34, right? Inigo is
Mm.
34. Christensen doesn't want to leave. Um,
I don't know what he's
Arroyo
doing.
is still there. Um, Paul Kubasi is there. Don't forget, Kunde is a center back by trade. Eric
Yeah.
Garcia is a center
Yeah.
back by trade. So we still have like center backs. So what Inigo brought was that he's left-footed, and in Flick's system, it's
Hmm.
imperative that Barca has a left-footed center back.
Yeah.
So in preseason, he started to play Gerard Martin as a center back. Kind of did well, but it was against teams that are not
Yeah.
very, I would
Yeah.
say, not very competitive compared to the teams in Europe. But we'll see how that goes. In La Masia, right now in midfield, Barca has 7 players in midfield, and more than half of them are from La Masia. They just promoted another guy, Drew Fernandez. Amazing kid. I think he's like
So
17.
okay.
Very very good kid. And
Yeah.
then now we got Rashford on loan. I'm not convinced by the Rashford transfer, but
Mm.
players historically players tend to up their game when they join Barca or Madrid. So
and it's a
maybe
World Cup year
it's a World
too.
Cup year. In 2022 when
Mm.
Mikel Arteta kicked Aubameyang out, he came to Barca, and in a short period of time, I think he scored 13 like league goals.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
And
I'm
then he
hoping
fell
that,
off.
right, I'm hoping that him coming to Barca will revive his career. And it it's a loan, it's a straight loan, even though there is an option to buy him for 30 million pounds.
Okay.
But Barca is not gonna pay it. I can tell you that right now.
So
Barca is not gonna pay it.
okay. So none of these two teams, you can't really judge who's really good until the
I
start of the season.
I think from the way the season ended,
Mhm.
Barca is slightly on top. I predict that they might win the league. I don't know if they're strong enough to win the UCL.
Mhm.
But I think with the way the season went and how Flake knows where to address, which is our high line, and how to avoid conceding goals.
Mhm.
I think Barca is slightly on top of Madrid because it's Xabi's first season, and already they have some friction going on with the like Vinicius contract, with Mbappe not dropping back and all that stuff. Rodrigo is out of form. They're still kind of, and then they didn't get preseason. As a matter of fact, they've started their propaganda again. Madrid and propaganda. They've started it again. They said Barca got 33 days of preseason. They only got 15 days, but Barca didn't go to Club World Cup. I don't know
That's
why
not their
that is
fault.
even an.
Let me ask Dan this, and we wrap up the transfer.
Uh-huh.
Um, so take a minute or two. Give us 20 seconds about this same Madrid and Barca. Your take on that, because I think Madrid, for me, going into the transfer, I was expecting them like to fix two things. One, find a typical number nine, give up Rodrigo, right? I was expecting them to fix the Tony Cruz issue. Modric is old. That's one thing they were lacking last season. And I was expecting them to fix the center back issue, but which they did. They got the young Hussein from Bournemouth.
Correct.
What is your take between those two teams? And then why are the Italian teams spending less? Spending.
Um, Italian league, they've always kind of, up until maybe Ronaldo went over there, and then you could really see some bigger transfer moves. Usually the English teams will take it. It's like they want to hit the billion, even if they don't. So it's a little bit different. And they're very shrewd with their businesses too. They always sell, but they never have money. Like the Italian league, they always sell players, but they never have money to buy. you know.
Yeah,
But back to your question there with
they are stingy.
very stingy, but they just shoot like that,
Mm.
um,
Right.
but the Barca and Madrid, the big part for me, um, Modric leaving, it's a big loss because he brings so much just knowledge, just him being on that field. I think he's going.
Experience, then the
Yep,
calmness in the dressing room. That's
correct.
very true. Madrid
You
doesn't
know,
have that right now.
they don't. Right? They
Madrid
have a
doesn't
lot
have
of
that.
mavericks in the team now, from
Yeah.
Tramini,
Yes, a lot.
Kamavinga, Bellingham. You leave those three guys in the middle there,
Even
it's gonna
Rudiger,
be
even Rudiger on a bad day
even
can can
he's in
cost you.
defense. Yeah, and you have Tony Kroos that it's also done,
Yeah.
right? So it's essentially you taking out two of your last 10 years, the two
Hmm.
staple guys from the middle. But what you are hoping is everyone else that was around them would have picked enough from them and
Yeah.
collectively be able
Yeah.
to do a job for them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Chouamini is, but I love Kamavinga. I love the fact that he's willing to do above and beyond his capability. Hell, you put him in goalie, he'll play goalie for you.
I'm playing, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So another
Yeah. Yeah.
another issue with Madrid that it's not being talked about a lot is Madrid is broke, but Flo,
But they still have
Florentino
a
Perez,
pool,
they do. Florentino Perez, in Spain, right? Florentino Perez has a lot of control. I mean, in Spain is like Ghana. A lot of the media houses are based in Madrid, so
Mm.
whatever they put out there is what people absorb. Um, and Florentino Perez has kind of control. He has
yeah.
relationship controls. Madrid, um, all this free transfer that they're doing
Mhm.
is free in terms of not paying a transfer fee, but it's not free. It's actually costing them a lot of money. They
Mm.
paid Mbappe 100 million euro
Yeah.
signing on
Sign
fee.
on. Mhm.
David Alaba is on 33 million euros a year. He's the highest
Correct.
earner. He hasn't played in over 18 months. Um,
We're not
so
talking about
And he's
Rudiger. We're
old
not
too.
we're not
talking
talking about
about
Rudiger. So with just those
Bellingham
two
coming
signings,
in.
Bellingham they paid 100 million pounds to Borussia Dortmund.
Yep. To
And that
move
is
him.
why, and that's why Vinicius is like, no, I need to get paid more. So, and that is why even other transfers they did, even Hodgson, they did a payment plan with Bournemouth where they're going to pay over 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The other player they bought from Benfica, they did a payment plan. Every player that they've
And if they'll take you on, you went on mute. Yeah. And
oh, sorry,
if they'll take you for free, they'll work that angle and take you for free.
and
Liverpool just went through that,
right,
and we're about to go
exactly.
through that again.
Trent,
And
they
it
paid
go
Trent a signing on bonus. It's not going to
correct.
come up, but it's not going to be anything less than 30 million pounds.
Yeah, it's a boss man. So he takes,
Takes all the money. Yep.
correct. So upfront, it costs you a little
It
bit
costs Madrid a lot
upfront,
of money, yep,
you
because you
know,
don't get to amortize
Mhm.
that transfer fee. That's
correct.
so Madrid is broke, but because Barca has been broke, now everybody's like, oh, Barca is broke, but Madrid is broke.
They just as
Yeah.
That's
broke. They,
yeah, they just as broke exactly.
We
we'll
don't
take you
know
for
that yet.
free,
We don't know that yet.
Well, see,
but
you're doing your bias thing again.
and and because Perez also he controls a lot of the narrative,
Hmm.
right?
Of
Ma-
course.
Madrid is seen differently
Mm.
Yep,
in Spain,
in
even in
Spain.
Europe. I mean, they could
Hmm.
go to relegation and they will still have a pool of the
Yep.
top talent, right?
Hmm.
So again, to your point there, I'm truly hoping that these guys that were in and around
Mhm.
the Tony
So,
Kroos, the Modric, right? They've been able to pick enough from them to do a good job, but they did address something which is very important, and that is that center back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I truly believe that kid is gonna go in there and do a really good job. Granted, that what is the name of this defender? The other defender, I forgot. We just called him out. Um,
Rudiger.
Rudiger.
Granted, Rudiger lets the kid be, right?
Okay. Uh,
But in Barca wise, I think
mhm,
they're doing what they can do. They just
mhm.
as broke, right? They're just trying to circumvent how to even register players and stuff like that. So, but overall, they have a good squad. I think
Yeah.
Lamine, granted, he doesn't get any injuries, right?
Or get a
Um,
court case.
right. Well,
He's not gonna get a court case.
uh, it's different in Spain. It's
He's
different in
in on the
Spain.
holidays, man.
That's
I read
It was his vacation. He was just having fun.
mm,
He's 18.
with
That's
sugar mummies.
even even 18-year-olds that don't have money. I'm
Yeah.
not condoning his behavior, by the way, but
Okay.
even
I know you're
18-year-olds that
not.
don't have money,
I know you're not.
18-year-olds that don't have money enjoy their summer. How much more a young kid who is 18 who has millions of dollars,
correct.
in his bank account? So,
You should have
man,
I'm
seen
just hoping he
Vinicius.
doesn't become the next Greenwood because he's
no, he's not.
No,
Trust
Greenwood
me,
is
he's
part
not.
of also the reason why United. When we are talking about why United has been set back, this kid was supposed to save us. Greenwood
You know,
was
well,
like,
one
everybody
thing that I
was
wanted
supposed to
to say,
save United.
no,
Even
no.
Onana was
right?
supposed to save United.
Greenwood was
One
like,
thing that
come
I
on.
wanted to say about United, I wanted to say about United when we're talking about the transfers in England is that when Dan was talking about Manchester United bought the players that they need, I feel like United some way they
Mhm.
still kind of missed the point. And I'm going to speak on this briefly, and then we can move forward. Right?
All right.
Take take your new coach. He plays a three. I think it's a 3-1-4-2 or three
Mm,
one four,
32,
whatever. He
System
31.
he wants to play.
the
Mm-hmm.
system he plays is that he relies on wing backs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Left wing back, right wing back. You've got
Correct.
a great left wing back in Dogu. I love that kid, absolutely immense.
Yeah,
But
he's
are
got
you guys gonna
potential.
rely on Dalot? Is
No,
Diego Dalot going to be your right
no,
wing back?
no.
Who who's going to be your right wing back?
I think Ahmad is gonna fill that slot.
But Ahmad is not a
But
it's
yeah,
not a defender.
his defensive capability is not that you
You
want.
need Ahmad up there
Correct.
to free up defensive roles to attack. So
Mm.
United, like Jeremy Frimpong, if I was
Oh
United,
man, I was
I
just
would have
waiting for
signed
you to
Jeremy
finish.
Frimpong.
I was going to say that very
If
point.
I'm Manchester
Okay,
United, I would sign
We
Jeremy
have the player
Frimpong.
that you guys need.
he's a
If I
player
if
that
I
we wanted. He didn't want to come to United.
you guys make a move.
Yes, United won. He said, "I want Liverpool."
I think that move
United
was
tried in
already
January, the January
Oh,
so
okay.
transfer, and
Okay.
he said no.
Yeah.
He's
so
gonna wait till the end
and
of the
it
season, and at the end of the
yeah,
season, he chose Liverpool.
and it goes
Yeah.
to this point that you look at United and you look at Liverpool in last year's season. It's it's two complete. You look at the spectrum. One is on the other side, and this is also
Hmm.
on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah,
You have one team that looks like they have a vision, they have a way forward, and he can see himself in that team. Trent was going
Right.
out. He can come in and be a staple in that team. Despite
Hmm.
the fact that they have Bradley, it's a
but
toss up,
I think
right?
if
Hmm.
Trent doesn't leave Liverpool, United could have signed him
You'd be
And
surprised.
then and then well, okay, okay,
because at
fine.
that point he wouldn't want to
He chose
be a backup.
But then
he
again,
chose he chose
here,
Liverpool over United. Left wing back. I
mhm,
would say going for Grimaldo. Grimaldo is 29. He's proven. Have him have him play with Dogu. Right now, if Dogu gets injured, who fills that left wing back role? I feel like United. I feel like United they take one step forward and they take two steps back.
I think
Eh,
Really?
I also I think the coach kind of he put the cart in front of the horse, really coming in right up front. He's like, I'm going to play three in the back, and this you don't even know what you have.
Don't worry.
exactly my point.
We are going to
No,
discuss
no, no.
that after the
I'm talking.
transfer season. We are
Oh,
gonna get
well,
more into the
that's
teams.
after.
Yeah,
That's after
we're going.
he's going to try and correct that. But I'm
I
saying,
want us to
uh-huh.
talk once the transfer season is over and everybody is set. I want us.
Okay,
We will get
and then
into
we'll revisit that
yes. We will
again.
revisit this. Talk about the teams going
Okay.
into the so. into the season, and we see
So,
where
Sam, I
we
have
see.
a question for you. I have a question
Uh-huh.
for you. What is your take on this United team as a set now? How is the transfer looking?
As it sits now, I think
Mm-hmm.
I'll side a little bit with what Nesta said earlier on
Mm-hmm.
before Sergio came. Right, I felt we were still not improved. Let me put it that way, because the United that we know, although we in the past we signed players like Valencia and Antonio Valencia, we've got players from the Premier League who were not in top teams, but that was a different coach, a
Era.
different system, a different era. Now, like you said, teams are getting
Excuse
better.
me.
Teams are getting more bodies like players who can run the field. I still think that
The
I, st-
teams now, I
I
mean the
still
players now, the more athletes,
yes,
right? The more so athletes as opposed to just being
be
specialists and
and dribblers and
technicians.
all of that.
Yeah,
Yes,
Technicians, right?
that
correct.
is why
So
that is where it comes to me saying that we are still. For me, I think even with Sesko, I would have opted to get a defensive midfielder, a proper
and we
ball
talked about this. I think
ball
they're working on
winning,
that right
yeah,
now.
a
And
ball
if
winning and someone who can really tackle
and
because
you know who
Right.
they're going for?
Casemiro is old. Ugati for me hasn't proven that he can tackle in the Premier League yet. Kobe Manu is doesn't have the body. He can play, but he can't also tackle that well. So I think they should have prioritized a DM. And I heard they're trying to get Belieber from Brighton, which
Correct.
Right.
which is gonna be a hard ride because it's gonna be expensive. He's young, 21 years old.
But that's what you need.
They
You have to
has
put
like
up the
three
money.
But
years.
also, Spurs
Mhm.
just signed Paulinho from Bayern, so you
Hmm.
guys could have put in a bid for Bissouma.
So the
That's
Bissouma deal,
If
another way.
right? The Bissouma
mhm.
deal. I think United board or even the owners, because before Bissouma went to Tottenham, he everybody thought United was going to go in for Bissouma when we needed a center midfielder, and that deal something happened, and he ended up at Tottenham. Either he didn't show up to, or his agent asked for so much compensation or something,
Okay.
because before we even got Casemiro, or even that, yes, every United wanted to get Bissouma. He
Okay.
was in the news. Everybody was like, "Oh, United are working on a deal." Before Bissouma went, before Caicedo even left Brighton, he was one player that we wanted, and so they are not even putting his name up when when they are
I'm
talking
there
of the
again. Right. Right.
DM. His name doesn't even come up. His name hasn't come up in any of the circles because Paulina was one player too last season, and he ended up going to Barca, which I felt I told you even
Bayern.
said it. You even said that it might not even work for him.
And
Next,
and
Ernest, you
and,
even said, and
and
it
then
didn't
right. And then yep.
because I felt he should have come to United instead. But at the same time, we put ourselves in this situation. Now we have players that wants to play Champions League football and or Europe, and we are not offering that. So hopefully Brighton reduce their price tag on Belieber and give it because the kid is ooh,
Brighton is a stubborn negotiator.
and they want
So
money.
good luck.
So
Bri-
Good luck on that.
I still think
Brighton is a case study. Okay.
right
No,
now
for
it
real.
might not surprise me that they've lined up another replacement. The
Oh, of
moment we
course.
get Belieber,
Of
they are
course.
going to sign this person
Of
like
course.
that.
They're
They
gonna go to Austria and pull some kid from
out
some
of
team.
nowhere.
Or
Correct.
Brazil
Brazil,
or
South Africa, or whatever,
Senegal.
Portugal, whatever. They have somebody lined up to replace this guy. So I think to your question, Dan, like I think United is still
What
for me
about
not
goalkeepers?
there yet. Who
Goalkeepers.
goalkeepers?
Andre Onana.
Today I heard
Hey, Donnarumma.
PSG didn't want to renew Donnarumma and they were willing to let him go for 30 million or I think maybe less. Which
Those rumors are coming from England. It's not coming from France.
if it's true,
It's not.
I will make that deal in a heartbeat
It's not.
and
PSG is not
replace
going to get
Onana.
rid of Donnarumma.
But
I
you
can
love
tell you that
Onana.
right
We
now.
all love
Oh
Onana.
no,
We
come
like
on, man.
Onana.
Come on, bro. Come on. No.
Oh man, I
Come
can't wait
on.
to
Do you want
face
to
him
still
this
keep
year.
laughing at us? Like, come on, man. Like, look at
I
Ter
Hey,
mean,
Stegen. Liverpool, Barca
Ter
just.
Stegen was available. Ter Stegen was available. You guys didn't want him.
Oh
He was
hell no!
available.
Oh heck no! No 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 no! That would be jumping from frying pan to fire, man. Ter Stegen. Oh
Ter
no.
Stegen is awful.
No.
I'm so glad Barca somebody had the balls to
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 let
go sign
him.
a new goalkeeper. Ter Stegen,
so
when he faces one on one, he always turns from the ball. How are you going to make a save when you're not looking at the ball? The ball will be coming
It's,
at him, and he will
he
do
has
this,
this
and he'll open
mental
his arms.
errors. Like, come on, man.
he's
Onana will
using
do
his
better.
peripherals. He's using his
Like, bro,
Yeah.
peripherals.
he gets beat at near post all the time. He gets beat at his near.
Uh,
Uh,
As a goalkeeper, you should not get beat at your near post.